sitting on the ground, or at least on some 6x6s. So there's how I had it rigged. Got a tractor drawbar underneath there to give it stability under the bedways so it doesn't try and roll over. And the straps are pulling against the sides of the waves too, so it won't try and roll. Unfortunately, this thing got a little rusty. Sitting up there in the barn, it's done a lot of sweating, especially most of this actually just happened here a week or so ago. We had one of those, it'd been cold for a long time and it warmed up to like 70 one day when it was raining a whole lot, and it just sweated like crazy and got all this rust condensation sweat all over it, even though it had been covered in oil. But I'll have to work on getting that cleaned up. This thing needs a huge going over cleaning up anyway. And several things fixed. One of the first things I need to fix is on this center foot here. When they dropped it, they cracked that base there. So I have to get it unbolted off of there and weld that thing up, get that fixed, and then I can start getting this thing set down and leveled up. Fortunately, the main casting is undamaged there. You know, it's a pretty good size lathe when the tailstock won't hardly fit in the camera view. Some people may not care for that long angle on that sling, but it's well within capacity. It's got 2 slings and they're in basket there. So the rating on them is $33,600 a piece if it was vertical. So 45 is 23 a piece. That's probably a 30 or so. So maybe even less. Probably 20,000 a piece, but still this whole thing only weighed, when I had it on the scale there, I'll show you the picture of it, what it weighed. And yeah, it's right about this data plate on the end. Where it says 37,685, it must have been with a chuck on it because it didn't quite weigh that much. It looked like it was right around 36.5. So I'm gonna say it would have been with a chuck because that would be 1,000 pounds. But got lots of cleaning to do. This thing's sitting kind of where I want it. I need to make sure that cross slide can clear this post down here. I just noticed it's sticking back there kind of far. I might have to move this out of the way just a little bit, but we'll see. So it wouldn't be down here very often in that length, but I wanted to be sure that it's not going to catch. Well, that's part of the taper attachment. May need to come in and get locked anyway, maybe locked out. But definitely got my work cut out for me, cleaning this thing up and getting all the rust off of it and getting it polished and oiled and working like it's supposed to again. One of the first things I need to do is clean up that face on the headstock and get the chuck mounted on it. That'll get it up out of the floor. Be one thing cleaned up. Then also over here you can see it's leaking oil already, but I gotta fix that where they dropped it off the forks and it busted the bottom of that reservoir out. It bolts on, so I think I can get it off there and either weld it up or I'll have to machine a new one or the other. We'll see. I left it with my enough room down there. I can put the other lathe crossways. And I can go in behind here and have a little work area and tool storage and all that too. I can get the electrical cabinet open if it's sitting here. That's where I managed to move it to, was where I could just get the door open with that column. With that little 40 horse motor. 40 at 1765. Good torque. Well, it's looking good sitting there, and fortunately there was no disasters in the process of getting it there. I need to plug up the digital readout and see if it works. And you know, I didn't use my Kenworth to bring it in here. Stacked up as plywood cut off pieces and drove that short semi in here up against the lathe in order to get enough room to get this thing in here, because it's too long for me to spin it in the building. It won't go between the posts sideways. So, and this is the way I wanted it turned, so I can put long bars and stuff through the headstock that way, and they can come in. And if I need to go out longer, I can cheat a little off this end as well and turn something longer if I have to. But fortunately, with 16 feet between centers, I shouldn't have to do that too much. Then I have all of this stuff that was also on the trailer that I bought at the auction that I have to put away. And that'll help me where I can start getting some stuff organized and moved in here. I would still like to get it a little better climate controlled to keep stuff from sweat rusting in here. And see that shaper vise over there sweat rusted quite a bit too up there, as well as the table. All that was already pretty rusty when I got it. So that'll be a fun scraping project. Scraping that cast iron plate in. I believe it's a 30 by 80. Sheen Products Corporation. They rebuild the big mill and make a nice surface to print off of. It's got where you can put the handles in the ends to roll the thing over. I haven't tested how balanced out it is, but I believe it'll be okay. Just gotta get it flat, check the thing. Can use that straight edge to some extent, or I can put this over onto the granite plate and print it, get it true, and then check the straight edge off of it. It might actually be long enough to go corner to corner and get that full straight edge on here. So, got that. I got several of these cabinets to get put up. Some electric wire, more lathe bits, and just more stuff to clean and put away and start getting organized in here. It's not too bad a level right off the bat. It's close. Guy did the concrete in here, must not have been too bad. Gotta get way back to get it all in one shot. Yeah, I got a couple good C-clamps in there. Some taps, reamer. I guess that's, oh, I guess that's a big annular cutter. That'd be cool. Nice, somebody run a fork through the side. I have to fix that.